2 years have passed since that moment on the porch, the moment when Henry first met the son he never knew he had. Back then, Evan was just 6 years old, standing in the doorway of his grandparents' house, holding a wrapped box and staring at the stranger kneeling in front of him. A stranger who said 3 words that changed everything. "I'm your dad." If this story is pulling you in already, take a second to like the video. It really helps more people find stories like this. And if you haven't heard part 1 of this journey yet, make sure to check it out after this. You don't want to miss how it all began. But 6 years is a long time for a child to grow up without someone. And to Evan, Henry wasn't a father. He was just a man with a complicated story. The first months were painful. Evan barely spoke to him. Sometimes he wouldn't even look at him. Henry understood. 6 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit had stolen more than his freedom. It had stolen birthdays, bedtime stories, a store, scraped knees, and the chance to simply be there. So Henry didn't force it. He showed up every weekend, sometimes just sitting across the table, quietly helping with homework, sometimes tossing a baseball in the yard, and sometimes working on the small model airplane Henry had brought that first day. The World War II Spitfire. At first, Evan barely touched it, but slowly, piece by piece, curiosity replaced distance. The plane took weeks to finish. When it was finally done, Evan placed it carefully on his bedroom shelf. He didn't say much, but he didn't throw it away either. To Henry, that meant everything. Outside of fatherhood, life was still a struggle. Finding work wasn't easy. Even though he had been exonerated, most people only saw the word prison. Applications were rejected. Doors closed. But one afternoon, a mechanic named Carl looked at Henry, then at the paperwork, and slid a wrench across the counter. "Everyone deserves a second chance," he said. Henry took it, and he never looked back. Long hours under cars, grease on his hands, learning everything he could. Slowly, life began to rebuild itself. A small apartment, a used pickup truck, weekend breakfasts with Evan. But the word Henry had been waiting for still hadn't come. Until one quiet afternoon, almost 2 years after that first meeting, Henry picked Evan up from school, and they drove home in silence. The old model airplane sat on the dashboard, its wing freshly repaired. At a red light, Evan looked over at him. Really looked. And then he said it. "Dad, can we build another plane?" For a moment, Henry didn't move. The word echoed in his mind. Dad. 2 years of patience, of showing up, of never giving up. And finally, the wall had fallen. Henry smiled, his voice soft but steady. "Yeah," he said, "we can build as many as you want." That night, the kitchen table was filled with tiny pieces again. Glue, laughter, and the quiet sound of something broken finally healing. Life hadn't given Henry back the 6 years he lost, but it had given him something just as powerful. A second chance. And this time, he wasn't going to waste it.
Sometimes life reminds us of something important, even when time is stolen. Even when the road gets hard, second chances can still build something beautiful. If this story moved you, take a moment to give it a like. It helps more people discover stories like this. And if you enjoy meaningful stories about resilience, family, and hope, subscribe to Asantos videos so you don't miss the next one. You can also share this story with someone who might need a little inspiration today, because sometimes one story can change the way someone sees tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video.